NBA sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the New England Patriots. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he's going to have a Patriots first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
And that's a run characteristic of Damian Harris. When he touches it, he gets not what's just blocked, but he gets a few more yards as well. He's been dinged up his first 2 years with the Patriots, only 10 starts a year ago. But you have to believe that this coaching staff thinks that he's capable of bigger and better things.
Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Flush to his right. And Jones will hit the deck here. And he is able to pick up the first down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. On the give, this is Harris. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. They'll run it here. This is James White. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. First and 10. Harris is into the end zone. Touchdown, New England. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Off of play action, Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early, and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator, asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play, and if so, Is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
To try again after the sack. Darnold, and pressure coming, and they got him once again. Dietrich Wise, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Darnold. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. Back deep for the Patriots, Gunnar Olszewski. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Throwing Jones. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. They brought the house that time with a young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Darnold on 1st down. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Well, he tried to get rid of it. Pressure was coming right in his face, and it turned out to be a bad thing.
And it's so easy to be critical of him in that spot. When you have all those people bearing down on you, probably his last thought was just get rid of the ball. Give them what they want. Unfortunately, he gave it to them too well. Picked it off, ran it back for a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Anderson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. They find some open field here. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Darnold. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Check, lucky. Hey, check, Mike 21, check, Mike 21. 64.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
5-3, their record at the halfway point. And you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them. And number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. On a handoff, it's White. And he's got this down to the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Jones. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Yetur Gross-Matos showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about?
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Dietrich Wise Jr. able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Darnold now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
So, CD, you talk about this football team, some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Darnold to throw again. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
And here's Joseph Charlton now,
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Jones throwing on first down. Looking deep for Adams. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Troy Pride. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st and 10, Darnold. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. That catch good for only a couple. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Again, Darnold. That is caught. It's Anderson. Touchdown, Panthers. Robbie Anderson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's White. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Touchdown, defense.
A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. They give him a gain of 37.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play. Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Play action. It's Darnold. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Darnold on third down. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Joey Sly on for the field goal. A 59-yard attempt.
And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Room here to run. And he will finally be taken down up at the 48. 92 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Harris. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From just shy of midfield, Jones. That's swung out wide to Harris. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Open man is Michael Thomas. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard.
Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Sliding out of the pocket.
Oh, Anderson, what a catch that is.
And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. First down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, check, Mike 21, Mike 21. Delaney. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Delaney. 25, check 25, check 25.
Here's Darnold. Finds the open target, Arnold. Touchdown, Carolina. Dan Arnold, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Jones now, off the play fake.
He'll get that out to the flat to White.
And out across midfield down to the 45. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Detroit Pride that time gets the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Running out of the gun with White. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. On the end around, this is Thomas. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Damian Harris with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Patriots add on to their lead. Elliott Good with a PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Flushed out right. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Hunter Henry brings it in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. That one looks like he'll throw here, eluding the pressure right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
On 2nd and 10, Jones flush to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at about the 31. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Time definitely of the essence now. Just under a minute to play, and here we go. And the Patriots are going to recover, and that should just about assure victory. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On 2nd down, they go back to White again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. They will run with White out of the shotgun. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Darnold gets this to Moore, and he will manage to get out of bounds here with the first down as they stop it with 27 seconds.
14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
Now Darnold. And quickly another first down, but tackled inbounds.
11 more on that one and another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Darnold to throw.
He's going to let it fly.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Patriots, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it's just their second loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.